restore, protect, enhance the Coonamesset River watershed, which sort of cuts right through the middle of town, starts at the Coonamesset Pond and makes its way a little over 3 miles, 5 kilometers to Great Pond. And what we have in that watershed is a classic example of how things have been really disturbed by mankind and how people have been working really hard to try to restore and enhance and improve conditions so that some of the iconic wildlife can return. As a trust, we have been placing emphasis on 2 iconic fish species. One is the river herring, and, well, I'd say 2 are the river herring. We have both alewives and bluebacks in the watershed. What we've been doing is to try to mirror what Steve has been doing with the brook trout, the other iconic species. He's shown us the way to catch them, tag them with electronic tags, and we follow them. We know, therefore, where they get stuck, what the obstacles are, therefore where restoration efforts are needed to allow the fish to occupy as many portions of the watershed as possible to reproduce more successfully. In order to do that, we have a lot of volunteer effort that goes into it. We have, particularly through the efforts of senior scientists like Linda Deegan at MBL, been able to borrow and adapt equipment that's been used elsewhere, like in Alaska. But it costs a fair bit of money to get that going. We've been learning a tremendous amount, but we haven't broken even yet in terms of the costs. We're pretty close, but we haven't broken even. So if you notice on the back table, we have some paperwork that encourages people to adopt herring. Adopt them, name them, or we put an electronic tag in them. Andy Jones, who's here, another of the Woods Hole, should I say, postdocs? Sure. Yeah. He keeps a big spreadsheet that will allow you to find out what happened to your fish if you've adopted a fish. And its electronic signal shows up as it moves through an array of antennas that we've placed at various locations in the watershed. So we encourage everybody to adopt some herring before you leave tonight, if you haven't already. And maybe we'll break them. The other iconic species, which is really the focus of tonight's presentation, is the eastern brook trout. And Steve Hurley probably knows more about the brook trout of southeastern Massachusetts than any other human being. He probably knows more than the otters and the osprey, too. Steve has been doing this for 25 years. He's the Southeast District Fisheries Manager for the Massachusetts Division of Fisheries and Wildlife. And the reason he knows so much is that he gets into the stream and he samples fish in the streams, all the streams, all the way across this district. He tags them too. He uses little tiny tags. He gets them in there all the way. We are a little more crude. And as a result of Steve's efforts, we've been learning a tremendous amount about how well that species is doing. Waxing and waning, maybe, is the way to talk about it. Steve will go into a lot more detail. But most importantly, we're learning about what the habitat characteristics are that allow them to succeed. And therefore what we have to do to give them a better chance. So without further ado, I'll introduce Steve Hurley.